Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we have a Toronto Raptors video, and well, last night they basically ran all 5 starters for an entire hour. Now, the Raptors did get the triple overtime win against the Miami Heat, which was absolutely huge. This Raptors team, they find ways, man. They find ways, and their starting 5, it's a really impressive starting 5. I don't think anyone's really arguing that the Toronto Raptors don't have a very impressive and very promising starting 5. But I look at that bench, man. Last night, what was it like? Precious played, 5 minutes. I think Banton played 5 minutes. Boucher played 15. I think it was like 15 for one bench guy, 15 for the other, and then like 5 for Banton. So Boucher and Achua, I think, got like 14, 15 minutes each. This is happening every game, right? The Toronto Raptors have like almost literally no bench help. And let me tell you this, they need to make a move, dude. They just need to make a move. And, Masai definitely knows this. Like, the Raptors know this, but what I'm very, very worried about is, first off, this Raptors team this entire season, barely been healthy as a unit. Barely been healthy. When you play these guys for 42 minutes every single night, when you only play 48 minutes, like literally, it feels like every game, or maybe every other game, Fred VanVleet plays 42 out of 48 minutes. Scotty Barnes plays 43, 44 minutes out of 48. And it's like, it's cool, because I like seeing these guys run as much as possible. Who doesn't love playing 2K with fatigue off? Everybody loves that. Someone's gonna get hurt, dude. Someone's gonna get hurt. And like I said, I'm already not a big fan of playing these guys for 15 minutes every night, because they've barely been healthy. And I know that when this Raptors unit is fully healthy, they're a very good basketball team, and they're a very tough team to beat. So you go out there, man, you trade what? Trade Chris Boucher? I think Chris Boucher might have to just, legitimately be traded. Malachi Flynn, I think, should 100% be traded, just with the addition of Delano Banton. Malachi's, his defense isn't there. And this year, we're just not really seeing the same thing. And that's for a multitude of different reasons, which we won't really get into today. But, Delano Banton's a stud. He's going to be a stud. I mean, whenever he's in the G League, the dude, literally drops, 30-point, almost triple-doubles. So, Delano Banton's the future. And Malachi, he's one of their, kind of only assets, if you want to call it. The issue with Malachi is, like I said, he's barely really playing this season, so his value is super low. But it gets you wondering, would a trade like Malachi Flynn and a second-round pick, what could you get for that? Because I don't think the answer is absolutely nothing. Maybe throw Yuta Watanabe in there, who, once again, dude, I had very, very high hopes for Yuta coming into this season. He hasn't really shown me anything, dude. And I hate saying that out loud, but Yuta, on offense, defense, he'll give it his all. I love Yuta on defense. But offensively, man, Yuta's doing, literally nothing for me. Maybe once I've been impressed by a 15-point game when he'll get spot start or something like that. But Yuta isn't providing me with much right now. So if Yuta and Malachi Flynn and a second-round pick, even 2 second-round picks, if that can get you a player like Terrence Ross, just someone, you know what I'm saying, just a cheap player on an expiring contract who can just score the basketball. That is literally exactly what Toronto needs. And what's really frustrating is you have Goran Dragic on the bench, who last year 15 point per game. That's kind of like Goran's thing, is coming off of the bench and just kind of controlling a bench unit. That is literally Goran's thing. That whole situation is just kind of frustrating. But from the Raptors' standpoint, he's not a part of their future. He's not a part of their future. He doesn't really kind of even fit their system and what they have right now. But I think a guy like Terrence Ross, a guy like Joe Harris, however you got to get this guy, man. However you got to get this guy. Because I like Chris Boucher a lot. But Chris, he's playing good. I like Chris Boucher a lot, but he's one of their more valuable tradable assets. You're not looking to trade Siakam. You're not looking to trade Freddie. You're not trading Gary. You're not trading Scotty. You're not trading any of the starters. And you have Khem Birch, you have Precious Achua, and Khem Birch is kind of that more sturdy, relatively reliable center. Like, you know what you're going to get from Khem Birch. Like, you're not expecting too much, but you know he's 100% serviceable whenever he's out there on the court. And he's improving, which is the best part. Precious, a little bit different. He's a little high risk, or low risk, high reward, I should say. He was in that Kyle Lowry trade. That was like the whole draw to getting Precious, I think, was how low risk and how much high potential he has, especially playing behind Bam Adebayo for a season. But as far as like consistency goes on the offensive end, he's nowhere near what he would need to be to like control the Raptors bench unit, if that makes any sense. So this team is just kind of like missing that just like go-to guy, which I think Goran would do a phenomenal job, but obviously that's not working. So does Goran get shopped, or does Goran get bought out? That's a whole nother thing. Because if you're actually able to trade away Goran Dragic to a team like the Dallas Mavericks, like if you're literally able to trade Goran, if a team is willing to trade valuable assets, picks, players for Goran, like, I'd be over the moon. Masai is over the moon. The Raptors Nation over the moon. Moses Brown. Who else can you get from Dallas? Like Moses Brown. Maybe you need like Dwight Powell in there to get like the salaries to match up, because that's the biggest hurdle with Goran right now. Is just $18 million is his contract. But if you're actually able to use Goran as leverage and get a couple of assets back, I like that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I like that a lot. I think Josh Green was actually in a couple of proposed Dragic trades. But I'm just kind of under the assumption that no one's trading for Goran, and they're going to probably just buy him out at the deadline this season. Like, that's just kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen with that. And so that gets you thinking, all right, time to look elsewhere. And I love Chris Boucher, man, but, Chris Boucher, extremely serviceable role player. One day he's probably going to get paid. It probably won't be this next season. I wouldn't mind, and that's what makes this even harder, is I wouldn't mind bringing Chris Boucher back for another season on kind of like a do or die year. But when you really dig into that, it's like, well, if you want Chris Boucher back for one season on a do or die, like, could you ever really think of a situation where you have Pascal Siakam, Scotty Barnes, OG, and Chris Boucher starting? Because for me, the answer is no. So then I'm having Chris Boucher come off the bench. So why am I going to pay him like top dollars if he's going to just be coming off of the bench? I just feel like there's more viable options out there. But, that's personal, and that's, there's a bunch of different things that go into this. So, Toronto, it's going to be really interesting to see what they do at the deadline. Maybe they try and get into that buyout market. I highly doubt that, because I would imagine Masai has like maybe not an actual list, but like a figurative list of kind of qualifications that he's looking for in whoever he were to get back, in a trade. Because that's the thing, is Chris Boucher, Chris Boucher might not be a part of the long-term Raptors future, but he fits what they want. He fits exactly what they want. He's big, he's extremely long, he can guard the perimeter, he can get putbacks, like he can protect the rim. Chris can do a lot of things. He can shoot the three ball, like, he's a great player. He's a great role player. That's really it for today, man. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that sub button. Trade deadline's always awesome. It's just always like an interesting time, and I can't wait to see what the Raptors decide to do. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit that sub button. I'll see you guys later.